I was talking to a woman named Lisa today who is organizing her living room, and specifically, she's organizing that pile of paperwork and stuff that collected on her ottoman that was mostly made up of tasks and paperwork and mail and things like that. Like a lot of people have a version of that pile somewhere, like in the kitchen or in the living room, somewhere that's a common area. So she was working on it and she was feeling really frustrated and at her limit because she was like, I just don't have the time to finish this project. And I was like, what are you talking about? You're so close. Because she sent me a picture of all of the different piles of things that she needed to do. And I said, well, tell me more about it. And she said, well, essentially, like all of these things are things that I need to take action on. So I can't finish the project until I take action on them. And I was like, oh no, stop the phone, hold the presses. That is 1,000% not true. So I want to address to-dos, actions, right? These are things that are a category of themselves, right? When you're organizing something, you do not want to stop and take action on every action that you come across. You actually need to create a home for your actions, because if not, you're going to have the same feeling that she was having, which is, I can't actually finish because I have these things that I need to do and I don't really have time to do them, or it's not the right time, or I don't have the money to pay that, or I don't have the ability to leave my house and do a return right now, or whatever it is. So really try as much as you can to see any action items that you come across when you're organizing as a category. Now, if you start to see them as a category, you will remove the need and desire and hope to do those objects when you're organizing a space. You cannot do and plan at the same time, right? Let's just be really clear. You cannot do and plan at the same time. Organizing is planning. Actions are doing. So you paying that bill, unless it is like a 911 emergency has to be paid right now, do not do that. Now, I know that some of you get really freaked out. You get a little overwhelmed because what if I forget that I need to do it? It was sitting out. Absolutely, that is a totally reasonable thing to have come up. And that's where we want to start building in maintenance, right? So when you have actions, the question is, when do you take action on those actions? Once a week, once a day, once a month? What is it that works for you? And then starting to schedule that in, having an alarm that goes off on your phone, having an email that gets sent to you from your calendar. How can you remind yourself, ping yourself to go through and take action on those things? But really try as much as you can to see action items as a category when you're organizing and not a task. This is super essential to you getting through these projects, getting through these organizing projects that you're working on so that you can move forward in your life. There is always going to be something that you need to take action on, but you do not need to take action right now. David Allen, who's the productivity guru, says you have to know what you're doing and know what you're not doing. It's a choice. You do not want to be of service to your tasks, of service to all the people who need and want something from you. You want to serve your highest good. What is in your highest good right now to accomplish, whether that be sitting and taking a minute to relax, or actually working on a project, or paying bills. You get to be the decider of what you do every single day. And by you giving your tasks, your action items, a home, a category, it really gets you off the hook from feeling like, oh, I need to do them right now. Because you know what? You don't. You get to choose what you give your time, energy, and focus to. So give those tasks an actual home. Give yourself a routine that will bring you back to accomplishing those tasks, and get yourself off the hook from feeling like you need to be in productivity mood 24/7, because you just do not. So I hope that this helps. Set up your task system. If there's a task system that you're using now that works really well, share it with me in the comments. I would really love to hear. And it's really helpful when we share our best practices, because someone is going to hear what you're saying and it's going to really help them. So share your best practices below, or any challenges that you have in setting up some sort of task system, or in the past maybe something didn't quite work. Let's brainstorm how we can get that working for you now. Have a beautiful day and happy tasking.